Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm a monk, and today we are back in Mountain Blade Bannerlords, and we are in our next episode of our playthrough series, of our Let's Play series. And in the last episode, we just became a mercenary and we joined up with this team right here. They're currently at war and we are in no man's land. So we're going to continue our playthrough and see where we get to. I actually want to try and do a little bit of smithing in this episode, if I'm able to. We'll see how that actually plays out, but that's the plan. Figured as we see some villagers, we'll have a little look-see, see if we can attack them and get some goods. We are at war after all, so why not? I mean, apart from the whole people not liking us thing, there is that. Did get some prisoners. Don't really need them, although it is a good way to get some money, so I guess we'll grab them up. Prisoners grabbed up. We got a few level ups, don't need to worry about that just now. Got some goods. Let's see if we can catch these guys too, because that looks like another 25. A nice little kill, in other words, if we're able to get it. Now, we were disorganized, so that takes a little while to kind of, get us organized. I believe it's 6 hours once you're disorganized. It takes 6 hours to become reorganized once again. There we go. Another little win. Got some renown, got some influence, and we got some morale because, of course, the troops actually like to fight. The more you fight, the higher their morale generally is. Which is a bit different because in most war games, your morale actually goes down if you do too much fighting. Where do I want to go? Feel like I want to go somewhere where a war isn't breaking out. Don't have any wounded. We are going past one of these cities though, and I would like to not get attacked. I wonder if we can go up here and avoid. There we go. Okay, that's not too bad. Now, who are these forest bandits? We stood right next to them. It would be rude not to attack them. And there we are. That is done now too. So let's pop over. There we go. We've got some good stuff there, which is quite cool. We're looking to go over here. This is the Empire Town. And there we go. Let's speed that along again. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying. Oh, I'd love to kill that guy. You see that guy then? Would love to kill him. He is the tournament's champion. So if I ever do wage war against him, take him prisoner, I'm probably going to execute him. It would mean that I'd be tournament champion a lot, it'd be easier. Send troops against 38. I understand it was a bit close, but we have got those upgraded troops there, so I think that made plenty of sense. Got 26 prisoners now, which is actually our cap, and we are overweight as well. How close are we? We're pretty close. Let's pop down here. Actually, let's have a look, see what this is. We don't need to know about that. We're not going to get a castle that way anyway, as we're just a mercenary. However, once we finally get to clan tier 2, I believe it is, I will 100% be looking to actually side with them and declare my interest in, in joining that kingdom. I don't know if anyone's watched my latest video or one of my latest videos, which is about becoming a vassal and what exactly that, entails and what you get from that. But in that video, I'm going to tell you that it's probably the easiest way to actually obtain a castle or any piece of land, and it's extremely profitable. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking to do in this playthrough. And eventually, once we get to that stage, we're still a little way off from that, mind. I think we're only like level, what are we? level 7 now. I want to keep all these. Oh, that is actually a very good. So let's sell that. So you get quite a bit of money from that. And that's what we want. Money, money, money. Sell our fish. We could sell some clay for a profit as well. There we go. Nice bit of profit there. And it actually brings us under our carry weight, which is good. I'm going to get 5 grand from that as well. That's really not too bad. Trade skills now 39 points. Okay, so we're getting there. Now let's look at our character. See what we got. Now, we only have 1 focal point at the moment spare, and I did want to do some smithing, so I'm going to put that single focal point into smithing. We've got 4 endurance, so that's okay. However, without any focal points, it's going to be very difficult for us to actually get anywhere. So we're going to put a point onto that. Let's see what we've got for our roguery. Bandit units in your party and level up faster. Faster raiding. Bandits are easiest to convince to leave peace while bartering. Prisoners are less likely to escape from towns. I think we're going to go faster raiding. No, we're going to go prisoners and go long term because I do like to keep prisoners. It's very true. So yeah, we'll do that, I guess, for now. Neither of those options were particularly interested me. Let's look at our smithing. Where are we? Now we have 0 materials. So we're literally starting off from scratch and we are even level 1. So I guess this is a good place to start and start talking about smithing. First of all, we're going to break down some of this stuff that we've got. No, we're not. First of all, we're going to go get some wood. Now, best place to get wood is a place that actually produces wood. And also the team that I even joined as a mercenary. So let's pop up here. We're going to go for buy products. And there we go. We've got some wood. We're going to see if we can attack. Who are they? Yeah, the forest bandits up here. Then we're going to go get a little bit more wood. Also need to pick up a couple of troops by the looks of it. We are a little bit light. So I want to keep that as maxed as often as possible, really. And we also need to sell those prisoners. I forgot about that. Let's pop in here again. Sell those prisoners. The prisoners will slow you down. And especially if you get into a battle and you get injured and then the prisoners outnumber what you should be carrying. You know, it's not cool. Yeah, we're going to ransom them off. And then we are going to go... Let's go up here. Make sure we put that on speed. Stewardship's now level 12. Pretty high. Let's grab this guy. The more of these little battles we get, which means the more odds and ends in weaponry we're going to get. The more weapon we get, the more, you know, weapons we actually have to smelt down. At the moment, I don't particularly have the money to go ahead and buy up everything, you know, when it comes to the weapons that I would buy to break down. So if I just break down the weapons that I get from these little battles, at least it's something. Not only that, but it means I'm getting more influence, and I do want more influence.
We're not looking for...
Another reason I like taking the culture that I did is that I am faster in the woods than the average bear, meaning you cannot escape me if you go in the woods, and I can escape you if I'm in the woods, so I really like that. Let's actually pop in here too. Like I said, I need to get some troops. I'm a couple short. There we go. Oh, it's quite a bit short, actually. what do we want? We want some more wood. That's what we want. There it is. And that's really cheap as well, which is quite nice. Oh, that clay is very cheap too. Let's pick that up because we can turn that into a very quick profit. And also this flax. This flax is very cheap. We can also turn that into a nice profit. We're exceeding our carry capacity. And so let's see if they've got any horses that we can buy. If you're smithing, you're going to be having a lot of things carrying around. Therefore, having a high capacity to carry capacity is really important. There we go. So we got a few more horses. We've got a little bit more capacity. Let's sell some of these goods. We don't need this. Can't break this down. So I tend to sell anything that I can't break down. It would be really nice if you can make shields. I think shields are something that this game really should allow us to make and craft, because it would just add to the smithing. I think being able to craft your own gear is pretty cool. Buy some more wood. I also tend to find that turning wood into charcoal at the beginning of the game is a really nice, easy, cheap way of earning smithing experience. Obviously, you do earn it from actually, making weapons. Also, you earn it from breaking down weapons too. But if you need to force that experience, the cheapest way is possibly turning wood into charcoal. And we got some more prisoners. There is a couple more up here that we can search for a bit of cheap, easy wood. Let's have a look. You could sell the flax, but not for a huge profit, so I feel like I'm going to hold on to that for a minute. Get rid of that. Now, what is it that I wanted to buy? I wanted to see if they have anything particularly cheap. I see that raw silk. Now, that is bloody cheap. Let's see if we can pick that up. We are exceeding our carry capacity by quite a bit. Although we do have some spare. Let's see if we can buy those 7 mules. We're still exceeding by quite a bit. Grain. I think we're going to keep it for a minute. Let's get rid of those. And I'm actually going to grab this guy up because I'm not sure if we've got room for him. I haven't looked and haven't checked, but if we can pick him up, having extra companions can be really useful. There we go. So let's pop in here. A troop deserted, that's fine. Gonna grab some more wood again, and again we are most definitely exceeding our carry capacity, but that's okay because we're going to be stationed in a town in a minute. Future reference, having a big load of troops when you are smithing is counterproductive. You're going to have to be paying their wages, and that's going to cost you. So if you're doing this from day one, not having 50 troops to pay for is probably a better idea. Let's go into trade. Let's see what we got. Oh, raw silk. Now, I'm pretty sure we just bought that for a profit. So, I'll sell a little bit. And that gets us a little bit. Now, if we have a look at smithing. Actually, I'll tell you what we should probably do before I even start smithing. So blacksmith hammers are going to be a really good thing for you guys to pick up early game. Good materials. If you need blacksmith hammers, you get wrought iron, I believe it is, which is you're going to need plenty of that. You also, the iron pitchforks are also pretty handy to smelt down too. However, when it comes to the later stages of smithing, those things are going to be absolutely useless to you. For that, you're going to be wanting the tribesman daggers. Are they here? No tribesman daggers here, but normally there'll be some tribesman daggers, throw-in daggers, and there's also daggers that you can only buy in Empire lands. We're not in an Empire land right now, so I'll try and show them to you later in this episode. But breaking those two elements down late game for the high-end equipment is going to be where you're going to be getting a ton of money from. Anyway, smithing. We are level 1. First of all, we want to go into refine, and we're going to refine all this hardwood into charcoal, and it's going to take a bloody long time. But as you can see, we just got 10 levels right there and then. Coalmaker is already an experienced dude, so he's going to be cool. We may need to respec as he doesn't seem to have the charcoal maker. But what he can do is start breaking down all these goods for me. There we go. We've got some nice materials now. Now let's pop to the next guy. Let's pop to him. Here's our brother, and we're going to be turning all this charcoal. That's what we need, all this charcoal. Everyone gets some nice levels and some nice experience for that. I think we're all done now. That's 4 companions done. And now we have to just wait. Wait it out. Let's have a look now. As we can see, the smithing stamina goes up when you actually rest inside a town. It only goes up if you rest inside a town as well. Bit of a pain. So we broke those bits down. Now let's just do this. We want to break as much of this down as possible. All this wood, really. It's not only for the fact that we want charcoal, but it's also a great way for our people to be getting that experience, which is really important because it's about those stats. All those stats are so important to get all those perks within smithing. It enables you to get unlock parts quicker or do things just cheaper, easier, quicker, more in batch. Obviously, the higher your level, the more stamina you actually have, which is really, really helpful. I'm just going to pop into here real quick and see. There he is. And there's his smithing. So he's got the first 2 already. He's got Steelmaker by the looks of it. Really, ideally, I want as many people that can... it's this one. As many people with Charcoal Maker as possible. Ideally. As you can see right now, we're turning 2 hardwood into 1 charcoal. But if we had Charcoal Maker, that would be turning 2 hardwood into 3 charcoal, which is, if you become a smith and if you go down a smithing route to earn money, and in my opinion, smithing is the easiest and the quickest way to earn a fortune. If you go down that route, charcoal is going to be your best friend, and making it is going to suck sometimes. But having Charcoal Maker absolutely helps. Okie dokie, so we got some orders to fulfill. So let's go click onto orders, and you can see these orders right here, and you'll get money for these orders. Now, some of them are going to be really bloody easy. In fact, at the beginning of the game, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to make whatever I can make. Obviously, right now, I don't have the steel to make this. But even if you don't get close to what the customer's asking for, you'll still get experience, and you'll still get money as well, more importantly. It turns out I do actually need a little bit of wood, which sucks. So let's run down here. Hey, you got some wood back in. Thanks, buddy. I knew I could count on them. pop back in. Okay, so we had an order that we could fulfill. This one right here, we need a little bit of wood. And we need to actually get on someone with some energy. There we go. So we got £100 out of that. Client is satisfied. We did get experience, most importantly, and we got a little bit of money. Also, what I really like is you actually unlock the rest of the orders by completing orders. So we have 159 more orders to complete before we can do unlock this final one. And they change all the time, which is really cool. Now let's have a little sleep. Get our smithing energy back up and running. We're going to try and smith ourselves some bits. Where was that? Blacksmith hammer. I did mention about the blacksmith hammer, so let's grab a load of those. And the iron pitchforks as well. I mentioned those, so let's grab some of them. Enter the smithy, and let's see what we actually get with that. Let's go for this guy right here. So as you can see, we are going to be getting ourselves 1 wrought iron or crude iron and 1 wrought iron from that. And again, with the iron pitchforks, we're going to be getting the wrought iron as well. And these are the materials that we're going to be using to make our basic weapons at the beginning of the game. Just learn some material. You do actually learn, so for instance, let's say we wanted to make 2-handed swords. The more 2-handed swords we actually broke down, the more components we would learn from it. So if we break down daggers, we'll be learning daggers. If we break down swords or 1-handed swords, that's what we're going to be learning. Let's get our main character. I'm going to go to these unlocks, and what you're looking for, as in maximizing the profit that we can do, in my opinion, 2-handed swords are the quickest and most easiest thing to craft for the most amount of money. And what you're looking for is swing cut damage. So anything that you unlock that improves your swing cut damage, that's what you're going to be wanting to go for. Because the higher your swing cut damage and the better materials, like the better materials that we actually use, the more expensive or the more money we're going to be able to actually sell these products for. Can't make a ton, but let's see what we can make. And that's us done. We need more materials in order to make these things. But for now, I think that'll do. Let's go into trade and have a look at what we actually made. So, our very first trading session, we made 1, 2, hello, 3, 4, and 5. We made 5 2-handed swords and made ourselves 3.5 grand. Now that's not bad, to be fair. It's not great, it's not brilliant, but it's not bad. And it's about earning that experience in order to level up to be able to make more. Seriously, I have a save currently on console where I've got over 6 million in just, you know, smithing empire stuff alone. So it can be really, really profitable, but it does take time. It's not something that's going to be easy at all, because it just, mainly because of just how much time it actually takes. And as I'm talking about smithing right now, this is the first time in this playthrough that I have been talking about smithing. So if you haven't watched from the very beginning, kind of giving you some insight as to why I'm talking about it so much. I was requested to have a chat about it by one of the viewers. He commented, said he'd like to know a little bit about it. So hence why this episode is mostly about smithing, or I wanted to at least go over it anyway. But I also said I'd show you the best daggers to buy and to break down. So we're going to go to an Imperial City, so that way I can actually do that. There we go. Here we are. Trade. Here it is right here. This little thing is amazing to break down. Break this down and you'll earn some decent cash from it. Like I said, these items are not cheap. It does cost money and it does take investment from you. See the £3,000 we just made? Well, we're going to use that to buy these daggers and to break them down to get the better materials. And while we're doing so, we might as well sell off this silk, because didn't we buy that for a very cheap? Also the flax, that's pretty good as well, so we can sell that. Oh, look at these mules. We brought them for pretty cheap. Definitely under 100. So yeah, we'll sell the horses. Gained a level and some trade as well. Like that. Let's rest. I believe we need to rest in order to get our smith energy back up. Pop in here, see, yes, it has back up, and we can mount these down. Now have a look at this, guys. Now right now we're only going to be using the wrought iron because that's the level we're at. We're at the wrought iron level right now. But if you're able to buy these early, and if you're able to accumulate this, you're going to be getting some iron, some steel, and some fine steel. And these things are hard to get, and so there are very limited things that you can actually pick up to get these things within the game. And when you're able to craft weapons that require fine steel, that require steel, you're going to be earning some absolute mint. You're talking like 10, 20, maybe even 30,000 per sword you craft. And of course, once you unlock the ability to craft that, those kind of things, then that is a lot of money going your way. You're literally just running around the entire town getting that stuff, which is pretty good. Let's pop back in here. I just want to see if they've actually got those tribesmen as well, as I didn't show you them. There they are. They are the other thing that we're going to be buying. Slightly more expensive. Again, this is top end tier stuff rather than beginning tier stuff. But yeah, absolutely worth picking up and absolutely worth late game smelting down and getting all those goodies for them. Again, we're out of energy, so we're just going to skip this, wait a little bit and get that energy back. Trade? No, not trade. We're going to be going to smithing. There they are. As you can see, with the tribesmen, we're actually getting 3 iron as opposed to the 1 iron. But we're also still getting the steel, and we're still getting the fine steel as well. So that's pretty cool. So let's smelt these. There we go. That's all done. And I'm also going to see if we've got any orders that we might be able to fulfill, because as many of these as we can do, the better. There we go. We've got a little bit of money there. Another one. I'm not even going to try and complete the order, to be fair. If you do manage to actually easily complete the order, then you're going to get more money. At the moment, as you can see, the order levels up here, our smithing skills down here. We're probably not going to get close, but we are going to complete an order, which means we're going to be closer to completing the order that we need. Oh, I just made an extra one of those, and I did not mean to. Let's go here and go to... see if we can make some more of these. Not bad. And these ones, because we crafted them with someone who has better skill and we were crafting something within his skill range, he's able to make a better quality sword, and therefore they're able to sell for more. So even though we made only 4 of those, as you can see, they're selling for more money, and we managed to make 3,800 just off those weapons there. So yeah, back up into 11k in our bank right there. I'll take that. And it looks like there's actually a tournament here. So let's see what we're going to get. I'm going to get horse, guys. I'm going to go for a horse. Anytime I see a horse inside a tournament, I'm going to get it, especially early game. And we're going to bet ourselves as well. Try and make some money here. That's what we're all about at the moment, guys. Making that money. Oh, I just shot my own brother by the looks of it. That's fun for him. May he reach Valhalla. I normally always make like a Viking culture. I just think that they're pretty cool. I love the Vikings. Will you stand still? Thank you. These guys are on horseback, it's not fair. Let's get our bow out. That just hit me in person then. I feel like I did. Hey, okie dokie. Well, we won that round, even if it was a little bit hit and miss. I'm not very good with that bow, to be fair. Let me know down in the comments what your favourite weapon is in the game. Be very interested to know what everyone's is. Mine was changed recently. It was the two-handed sword and the swing pole arms. I really like them as well. Now I kind of feel like it's the one-handed sword and shield. I really like the sword and shield. Well, I'm hoping to get some help here. Well, we survived. I'm going to try and get to this horse. There we go. We're on horseback now. A little bit fairer. Hey, that was a massive blow. Well done. Congratulating myself. And hey presto, we got through a round. I quite like that. Even if we had to kill 3 of the people ourselves in that round. The 2-on-1 with the swords was a bit tricky. And luckily we had a horse. Oh, I missed. That is not cool. Yeah, he got first and second hits. Nice. Pick up his shield. And it looks like we're killing our own brother here. We did well. You should have been on our team, that's what I say. All's fair in love and horses, right? Okay, Imperial Trained Archer. You failed. You failed. And you're dead. Well, nice for us. And we got ourselves a horse. That's pretty cool. We also got ourselves over 1,000 dinars for that. And 3 more renown. Renown is always important. The more renown, the better. Let's have a look, see where we actually are sitting with our renown. So we need 50 more renown in order to get to clan tier level 2. Once we get that, I'm going to be pretty happy. We do have 2 companions. One of them we got because they were available. And the other one is very bloody good with the 2-handed weapons. Very well, not very good as a smith, but he does have smithing skills, so that works very well for me. This guy is going to be one to keep around and have in my party for a very, very long time. This guy is probably going to get replaced eventually, but it is what it is for right now. Let's go to trade. I'm going to see how much my horse is actually worth. As you can see, it's worth 12,000, which is pretty cool. So we're going to pump that along. An instant profit there. Look at that, 22,000. I will take that. I'm tempted to set up a caravan, if I'm honest. Very tempted to set up a caravan. The problem with setting up a caravan is that it can get attacked and you can lose all your money because a caravan is out in the open and that's risky. Not saying don't to do it, just saying there's absolutely risks with it. Workshops, again, absolutely awesome workshops, so they cannot get attacked unless the town gets taken, in which case it will then get destroyed. And it can be hard to make money. I feel like, for whatever reason, on console, it's a lot harder for your workshops to actually work than on PC. You actually have to sometimes give it the input in which it needs and give it a kickstart in order to start making that money from it. And that can be a pain, especially when it costs sometimes 25,000 dinars to get going. I like having all these little battles because all these little battles are good for us because it means we're getting materials that we can break down for our smithing. Whoa. Someone zoomed in far too much. 22 looters. Let's see if we can get them. All these little battles help us a lot, to be fair. And right now, I'm looking to level up my tactics a little bit. I am going to need points, some focal points into tactics in order for that to get up, but me simulating battles is going to help that. Really do need to put a focal point on it though. There we go. Got a leadership point here though. I think this one's the better option personally. And we have an ability point. I think we're going to need to put that into intelligence for our stewardship. Otherwise we're going to really struggle.
You got a problem.
we're going to try one more real quick. Pop. No, not going to pop into that town. I was going to pop into that town, but I'm not. He's too fast. Okay, let's pop up here. I would like to make a caravan. I have enough money for it. And I have a spare companion. So that's what we're going to do. Now, companions-wise, I could have chosen a better companion to be my caravan leader, but beggars can't be choosers, and the quicker we get this up and running, the better. 15,000 dinars for this guy right here. Now, I should choose my brother. He is the better option by far, but I kind of want him with me right now, so that's what we're going to do. So we set up a caravan, and we have begun smithing. So in other words, guys, we have begun making ourselves some money, and having a caravan, bear in mind it takes a few days to actually set up. Having a caravan means we're going to be earning passive money now as we play, which is pretty cool. And I guess the bows we need to sell. There we go, another 2 grand in the bank. Okie dokie, guys. Well, I'm going to leave this episode right here. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We've covered quite a bit in this episode. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know. Drop it down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer you guys. If you guys want to see any more videos coming up as well, again, let me know. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, we do also have that active Discord. The link for that is down in the description. It'd be great to see more people involved and in there. And before we log off, we are going to fill our bar. As you can see, we can now have 50 troops now, which is pretty cool. We're going to get in there. Anyway, I've been a monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I'll see you in the next episode real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.